Alright gang, welcome back to our Island Preservation Challenge here on Ronida Island. It is July, and today means we are going to make the most money we've made in the series to date. We're going to sell everything. Everything that we have with the exception of the wheat. One pallet of wheat we have left. We're not going to sell that. Everything else is being sold. The soybeans are going to be sold. The crickets are going to be sold. The clothes are going to be sold. The rice pallets are going to be sold. Everything's going to be sold today. And it's going to really, hopefully get us to a point where we're going to be making a real good money as we move forward here. Now, what I would love to do with the money we make, may sound crazy, but this is what I would like. I would like to get a stone collector. Instead of doing the hand stone collector, I would like to upgrade that and get a stone collector. We're going to be utilizing that and needing that for a very long period of time here. You know, that is not going to go away anytime soon, right? That is going to be something we have to do the entirety of the series. Now, what I can tell you is in the last episode, towards the end of the last episode, I was talking about, you know, is it possible for us to take those stones and potentially turn them into lime with a production and then sell the lime? I did ask the question to Krusty. I have not got a response back yet. I am doing this episode almost back-to-back from the last one. Not exactly back-to-back, but close enough that you could call it back-to-back. So I don't know the response to that yet, so I just want to make sure I let that be known. Maybe by the time I'm done with the edit, I will know. Again, I talked about in the last episode that I did the last episode, rather, right before we were getting ready to start recording for the one-tile challenge. This one, there's no way I'm going to get this done in the same day, so this is probably going to be a multi-day recording, but I did want to go ahead and get started on it, because why not? I've got a few, you know, another, I don't know, like 15-20 minutes before the guys are supposed to be on, so why not go ahead and get started on this one, and then we can go from there, right? The chickens, again, super weird. I don't know the answer to it. There is food in there, so I guess we'll leave it at that for the time being. They're going to be good for at least another couple of months. There's not enough chickens in there for them not to be. So yeah, we'll see what you guys come up with, and if I can able to just figure it out on my own even. But I don't know why I'm getting paid money for that. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think I should be getting paid, but I am. So yeah, I guess we'll have to figure that out too. I got 150 bucks off of, which doesn't make any sense, off of putting the wheat in there for the chickens. And I don't know why it would even be a sell point, but whatever. Hopefully one of you has the answer for me. Again, as I mentioned, this episode is being recorded well before the last episode has been released to all of you. Matter of fact, it hasn't even been released to my members yet, because I haven't done the edits for it yet. Now, today, we've got to harvest the sorghum field there. The straw, we need to figure out what we're doing to the straw. We might just end up plowing it up. Maybe we don't do anything with it at all. But honestly, I would like to probably pick it up and put it into a bale of some sort, even though we're not going to utilize it for a while. It would probably still be nice to have and hold on to for a little while. And then we've got our two big, massive fields back here that have oilseed radish in them. So they're going to need to be plowed up and then re-drilled. The one on the edge, that's going to continue to be cotton. It's going to be our coastal cotton field, as I mentioned. And then, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one here yet or not. It might be soybeans again, maybe something else. Not quite sure yet. But we'll figure that out. Realistically, I probably should just go all cotton across the board. But, you know, I want to change it up. I don't want to do the same thing on every single field. That seems a little excessive and maybe a little boring even as well, right? Okay, so I think that's all the pallets we're going to be able to take and sell today. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to head down here. There is a pallet, maybe even two at this point, of wool. I want to grab that and bring it up here to Grandma's Knitwear and get that going so we can hopefully make some more clothes here. We're not going to have any clothes for quite a while, so this money we're making right now is going to be it for a while. There's a very small amount. There's really nothing in there still. Yeah, there's nothing in there yet, unfortunately. 473 liters of wool is really not much. I think I'll just leave it. I was hoping for some more wool, but I think we'll just leave that one. It's just not quite enough to even make a difference. Anyway, how is everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Things are good, man. Now the clothes are not the best time to sell right now. I will tell you that. but it is still pretty decent. It's almost $15,000, I think. The average best price is like 18, so we are losing quite a bit. But for me, right now, we need money more than anything else. So we're going to go the approach of selling them so we can try to continue to make some progress here. I've also talked about buying this field. It's $40,000. There's a chance we get there with what we have here, but I think it's going to be tight. So, you know, that's probably not going to happen for us. Used market, still the same stuff's out here. Excuse me, with the exception of these two. Obviously, way too expensive right now. We're not going to be utilizing those anytime soon. So not really worth it for us. Now, the stone collector I was talking about getting, the stone picker, I should say. There's a couple of ones to choose from here. They're all about as expensive as that field is, right? Realistically, I think I'd probably go with this one. You know, it has unrealistic working widths. I don't know what I would do. I don't think I would really go with an unrealistic, or if I did, it'd be a very small upgrade. Nothing outrageous, of course. So we'll see what kind of money we get. We've got $12,000 in the bank, so you know, if we can get enough to get something, then maybe it's worth it. But buying more land is probably the smarter approach than going for the stone collector. Even though I really want to get a stone collector, probably buying more land, it makes more sense. Okay, I am extremely incorrect with my statement. That is a lot of money. Holy smokes, that's a lot of money. $70,522. Holy smokes. Okay, now we've got to make some decisions here, gang. You know, we kind of have, in my eyes, this month, we kind of have enough going on in this area that maybe it doesn't make sense for us to buy the land yet. Maybe we wait and do that next month. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we've got these two fields we need to work today. We've got this field that needs to be harvested today, and then we have this field to work today. That's a lot of things to work. You know, and this one, we got to figure out what we're doing. Are we going to pick up the straw or not? Is it even worth picking up the straw? I kind of am leaning towards not worrying about the straw this time. I would love to have it, but we can't just sell the straw outright anyway, right? So that's already problem number one. So it's just going to be sitting there doing nothing, excuse me. Problem two is we did to buy, you know, a baler again, which we don't have right now. Eventually, we will, once again, buy one, but we don't have one right now. So I think, in this instance, I'm going to pass on the baling, and we'll just plow this up. It's not the most ideal situation, I get it, but we're just going to go that approach, I think. So, having said all of that, the stones are the other thing to think about, right? I kind of showed you what we're looking at here. I might go on ModHub. I think there is another stone collector, I think, that's cheaper than this. I'm pretty sure I used it before. It doesn't have, like, the windrow, like, you know, the little arms, the boom arms that kind of go out and throw the rocks into the middle. I think it's just you know, remove those, and that's basically what it is. I don't like that. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like that. 44.5. I mean, we still have quite a bit of money if we do go that approach, right? We still have quite a bit of money. I think I'm going to do it. And some people probably are not going to like this choice that I'm doing here, but I think I'm going to do it. I think we're going to buy that stone collector, or stone picker, I should say. I think we're going to do it. And I'm going to go the 10 meter unrealistic. I'm not, the 5.5 is actually probably good enough, actually, now that I say that. Let's go the 5.5. We don't need to spend an extra $500. If it becomes bad later on, then we'll 100% use it. A larger capacity probably makes a lot of sense. But I just don't think we really want to spend the money to afford it right now. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, I kind of like the European version a little bit better here. I'll go the European version. Working speed. You can change the working speed, evidently. 15 is sufficient. Can I go lower than that? No, 15. That's plenty. We'll stick with that blue color we've been utilizing, I guess. Which blue was it? I don't remember what blue it was now. I don't remember what blue was, gang. There's so many blue options in here, I don't even know which one it was. That's probably wrong, but I'll go with that one. That's fine. I kind of like the look of that. I don't like that. Make that black. That's too bright up there. Rims are good. We'll make those white. I like that. All right, we're going to go with that. 44,000. It's a lot of money, gang. It's a lot of money. But we're going to be utilizing this so much throughout the series. I'm telling you, this is going to be a workhorse for us, just like the other things are, because we know for a fact we're going to be getting stones left and right, and we need the stones, really. All right, we bought it. There's no going back now. It is ours. I'm actually think I'm going to leave... Yeah, maybe I should put it on here. I was going to say, I think I actually am going to leave it down here and just go back and pick up our manual stone collector. But I think maybe I should just go ahead and put it on here. If it'll even... It might not even... It might be too wide to even get on there. All right, we got it on there somehow. I'm sure somebody won't like this decision, but this is the decision I decided to go with. I'm happy with it. I think it's definitely something we're going to need, and those stones, they take a long time. I don't love doing stones anyway. It's obviously better than some things, but I think the faster we can get away from utilizing a lot of the manual stuff, the better we're going to be as we move forward. I'd already talked about, in the last episode, that the bigger amount of the equipment, the larger equipment we can get is probably going to be better off for us, especially when we start utilizing a worker more often than we are now, which is going to be here before you know it, right? 26,522 is still a lot of money. In theory, we probably will have enough next month to buy, another field. Maybe not this one here, but we probably have enough to buy probably 80, right? 80 down below, which is a decent size, right? There's enough room there for us to really expand. We almost have enough money to buy that right now. So... yeah, that's probably the way that we'll go. We still want to get this land over here to kind of move the yard around and do stuff with the yard, but buying that down there, you can put some pretty big fields down there. That's not much smaller than what we currently have. It's 30. Well, no, that's not right. I was gonna say that's not gonna tell you the exact amount, but anyway, it's not that much smaller than what we currently have, right? So I think that is a smart investment for us. I really do. So we're going to unfold this again, and I'm going to leave this here for right now because we've got to get these fields plowed up. And then once these fields are plowed up, then we can take the stone collector and get those stones up. And it's going to be really nice to have that now. It's going to be super nice. Perfect. Yeah, this is going to be great, man. I'm very happy that I went with that purchase. Those of you may not be, but I am very happy with it. I do think it was a smart investment for us right now. I really do. Well, this is just working fantastic for us, man. This is awesome. I am so happy that I purchased this. We are flying through picking up all these stones. You know, I made this massive field on purpose, and after I did it, I was starting to dread having to pick up all the stones doing this. But this is exactly what we needed. This is going really, really well, man. I'm very, very happy with this, how this turned out. And I'm very happy with this purchase. Very expensive purchase, but I think it's a great purchase for us, and one that we're going to utilize through the entirety of the series here for sure. Now, it looks like the GPS, since we made a little bit of a modification to the field here a couple episodes back, I guess, when we kind of extended it out here a little bit further, right? It's kind of got a weird little like mid-turn in the middle of the GPS. It's weird. It works. So I can't really complain, but it's kind of weird. I've never seen the GPS do that. Normally it just does, you know, your standard straight lines, except for the headland pass, of course. But hey, it's working. I'm not going to complain, right? I'm not going to complain. But yeah, this is a fantastic machine right here. I love this thing. Absolutely love it. One of the better purchases we've done so far. So really my focus today is going to be getting the rest of the stones up on this field, reseeding this field. We'll see where we are as far as time goes then. We are getting closer now to a point where I think we don't need as many you know, episodes in the same month, because we're starting to get some larger equipment here. Obviously during the harvest that's still going to be a problem, but most of the time as we move forward now, we're really not going to require that anymore. Because we've got such large equipment, right? We're getting the stones up quickly. We can seed things quickly. We can plow things quickly. The only thing we can't do quickly right now is harvesting. And realistically, we want to try to offset things anyway, right? I don't want to seed both of these fields today, realistically. I think that would be a mistake. It's also good to know that this can do the entirety of this field, and not have to unload, right? That's super nice. Before, you know, we would get full pretty quickly. You would have to go unload. We would have likely had to unload, I don't know, 4 times, maybe 3 times with the manual version of this, right? On this field. I am going to get the stones up off this field here. I'm not going to focus on reseeding that field today, or this field, obviously. But we will work on those in the next one for sure. But we just got to make sure we're offsetting things here as much as we can. So we're going to get the stones up on this one. We've got to harvest the sorghum field over there, first and foremost. That's the next thing we need to do. And then we'll seed the big field here with cotton. Well, I guess time permitting, that's what I should say. If we're running out of time for the episode, maybe we do the small field here. Maybe we do this one. And it's just going to depend on a time perspective. Now, it's not going to take us that much time to seed either one of these fields, but you know, if we're already at a long episode, I might make a last-minute decision and do this smaller field instead. But we're getting ready to get online to start doing the recording with the guys here shortly, so as a matter of fact, we're going to be ready to do it here. I think I'm actually a little bit past time. I should check and see if they're on. They might be on. I'm going to get the rest of this field done, and then I will do that. So likely, the rest of this episode, you might not notice it at all, but if you probably wouldn't notice it at all if I didn't tell you, but the rest of this episode is likely going to be done in another day. Maybe I'll have the answer. Hopefully I have the answer when it comes to the stones being turned into lime as well. Okay, that was weird. I was lined up a completely different way, but it decides it wants to go around the headland, so whatever. We'll go around the headland, I guess. Whatever. I like doing the stonework with this piece of machinery. I did not really love doing it. The more that I did it, I did not really love doing it with the manual. I mean, it was fine, but I liked doing everything else with the manual versus that, I guess. I guess that was my least favorite of that. All right, we are full. We've got to unload. I'm just going to unload it here with everything else. Big, massive stone area is just getting bigger. Now, the other thing about having this machine, which is nice, is then realistically, you know, I was talking recently about, you know, putting down something to kind of make the stones look a little bit better so they're not just kind of in the middle of the open, right? In theory, we should be able to just pick the stones back up with this piece of machinery, right? It shouldn't be a problem for us to be able to not pick these up. So that means we don't necessarily have to have a bucket to move them around, right? In theory, it should work. Will it actually work? I don't know. In theory, it should. All right, so we got the stones done, at least for the two fields we wanted to get the stones done with. We're going to get into our harvester, our manual harvester. We're going to harvest that sorghum field. Yeah, it looks like this blue color that I got was slightly darker than the one we were utilizing, but that's okay. That's all right. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's close enough. So we'll get into the harvester and we'll get going there on the sorghum. Okay, we are cruising along here nicely, gang, and I do think the more I think about the amount of money we have and really next episode, I think we're going to buy field 80. So based off of that statement, knowing we're going to buy field 80 and we're going to be able to put some more fields in, I think we're also going to drill this field here as well to the left, the smaller field here to the left. I need to look and see exactly what I want to put in there, though. Ideally, something that maybe is ready to harvest somewhere along the lines of the end of the year, just based off of time perspective. So whatever's best to sell, I guess I should say, by the end of the year. I think that's really what we should try to put in there, which I'm not quite sure which one we'll go with. I mean, a lot of things are best to sell at the end of the year, right? In-game year, I should say. You know, most stuff is a matter of fact, is best to sell then. So let's get this set here. I was having a lot of issues with the harvest over here. I'm sure you noticed it with utilizing any kind of a GPS, so I ended up having to kind of just modify it as we flew around there and just make changes on the fly, I guess. Canola, maybe we could do canola, though canola takes a little while, I think, to harvest, before it's ready to harvest, I should say. Yeah, corn, no. A couple people also talked about, you know, doing, doing some other things as well on some of these fields, and I'm kind of on board with. Whoa! Well, I knew we were going to be going too far. Did I drill that field? I did drill that field. Crapola. Whoops. Well, we accidentally drilled that field. Maybe we just do that field as cotton too. Yeah, I don't really want to do it though, because they're going to be ready in the same exact month. I don't love that. I don't love that. I screwed that up. I'm going to have to plow that up. Dang it. I thought I still had plenty of time and did not. The interesting thing about this field, by the way, is when we were doing the stone collecting, it did some kind of weird, like, L-shaped turn down here, and this one is just doing your standard up and downs. So that was a little weird too, right? But so some people were talking about, like, you know, doing some sugar cane, you know, things of that nature, and I'm 100% on board with doing that. I don't think I'm going to do it today, but I'm 100% on board with doing some of that stuff. Let me turn around here. I should have known that was going to happen. I always do that. I stay here, and I think I have plenty of time in the menu, and then it turns out I really did not have plenty of time, right? Yeah, maybe that's what we go with. We haven't done that, right? Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it some more, I guess, but maybe that's what we go with, right? Maybe that's what we go with. Poplar would be nice, too. I think somebody did say poplar as well. Maybe we do poplar in this small field right here. That's an idea. The problem with poplar, though, is we're not allowed to sell any wood. Speaking of that, I did get a response back from Crustu. What I thought was correct. Sorry, gang, I had to sneeze there. I'm not sure if I got the recording to stop there, if I'm going to edit that out or not, but either way, I had to stop the recording because I had a massive sneeze that came out of nowhere. Anyway, I talked to Crustu about the stones, and I, you know, the more I thought about it, the more I thought to myself, I don't think we're allowed to do anything with the stones. Same with the wood. The only thing we're allowed to do with those is utilize them for the dream home, and that is a correct statement. I cannot sell any of the byproducts from stone or from wood. I can only utilize them to build the construction project of our house, right? So anyway, that's obviously not going to work and not going to help us a whole lot there, so it is what it is. But Just wanted to make sure I clarified that with all of you before we move forward, right? I don't know why we're on the GPS, but it's like taking us not like down the middle where I would expect it to take us for this seating. It's like on the it's like offset a little bit for some reason. So I'm just gonna take over manually here and do it. One thing also we probably need to really think about getting, as much as I hate it, we probably need to consider doing a roller here soon. It's not going to be a huge increase, but it will be a slight increase to the overall yield, and realistically, with the fact that we're not getting a great yield because we don't have a ton of fertilizer down anyway, probably any extra percent we can get is going to help us out, right? So as much as I hate it, we're probably going to have to figure out a way in the budget to buy a roller soon. Honestly, we probably should do it for this field, as a matter of fact. Okay, so since I screwed that up, I'm going to have to do something different there. So we're going to have to take the plow and plow that up again, I think. There's nothing else for it, and I think we're going to lose the fertilization on that little spot there, too. It's really unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it now. I screwed up. I feel like I've said that a lot in this series, but, we're making our way through. We're getting through it. We're getting through it. One step at a time. We're getting through it. Let's plow this up real quick. Then we're going to go grab our... Oh my gosh, are you serious? Oh boy. Well, that went great. We got another pile of crickets over there. Nice. I don't know if I'm going to be able to lift this up. I doubt I will be able to, but I'm going to give it a shot. Even if I could just partially lift it up, I might be able to attach it to the back. Whoop, no, we're just gonna go right through it, evidently. I don't think that's high enough to attach it, is it? Oh, that didn't help. That just made it worse. Well, now I've really caused all kinds of issues here, haven't I? Alright, I think we can do this. I think we can do this. I just don't want to reset it. It's just going to take a long time to do that. Well, maybe we can't. And now I can't even get it off the forks. All right, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to reset it. Unfortunately, that's a shame. It's not what I was hoping for, but it is what it is. I can push the whole tractor with this? No way. All right, well, we're resetting it. We got it. We got it. It only took another few minutes, but we got it. I was determined to not have to reset it. So I was like, I'm going to try to push it over here against the greenhouse and see if we can make it work. And it did. And it did. So we took care of that. I'm going to move these out of the way because I just feel like I'm going to forget they're there. Alright, we'll plow this little section up that I screwed up on, and then we'll go and get the stone collector, the manual stone collector, and go and sell that. Again, nothing crazy we're going to get out of that. It's going to be a very small amount of money, but, you know, it's a little bit back in the bank account, so we'll take it. Now, like I said, I suspect that we are going to lose the fertilization here. Oh, we don't have any fertilization yet. Never mind. That's right. We just plowed it. We didn't actually put anything in that. That's right. That's right. That's right. Never mind. All is good. All is good. Okay. So I started to walk back the harvester, and then I thought to myself, well, I should just be utilizing this low-loading trailer the entire time to move things around, because it does take a long time to move those backwards, right? Or move those around, I should say. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put the harvester up here, and we're going to utilize it to move it around. When I say it, I'm talking about we're going to utilize the tractor and the trailer here to move these around. A lot easier and a lot faster. I love that the wheels spin when you're driving. It's hilarious. Alright, we'll put this away. Eventually, all these pieces of equipment are going to be gone, man. We've already got rid of a lot. A lot. We're going to be down to 3 now. Oh, eventually it'll be 4, though. I'm going to buy a secondary cotton harvester. We're going to need it. We're going to need it. That's that big field. It'll take a long time for just me doing it by myself. I'm definitely going to utilize a worker to help me out with that. Definitely. Alright, we're wheeling it on up here. Let's go ahead and turn it off here. Turn the beacons off for the time being. Oop. Unhook the strap. These were very handy. They definitely got us back into a good spot. But we are now starting to make some decent progress, so it's time to move on. 184 bucks back. Now, that's not a whole lot of money, but you know what? It's something. All right, gang, we're going to leave the episode at that point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. They are free to do. They help me out an absolute ton. Thanks to my members. Cannot thank them enough for all of their continued support. There is a link down below if you want early access to videos like this one. Maybe consider becoming a member as well. Make sure you check out the Discord. Check out the second channel. All of those links are down below as always. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your continued support as always. I'll see you next time.